Okay, so the training has started. We ran a little pseudo fence in there for the time being because I need to work on the this fence right here. Let's see here, right here. And I needed to keep them out from under my feet while I was doing that. So, the learning process has begun. A couple of them already got popped. And they will definitely get popped if they're in that water and touch it. But they're already learning. That one's been hit once or twice. The other one got hit once and he ran back into the lowing shed. So we'll see what happens here. Archie's the one I'm worried about. I hope he takes it serious, but I wouldn't blame him if he didn't. He's 600 pounds. Anyway, we'll keep you posted. Okay, so instead of boring you with all the gory details of us trying to string wire in here, I'll just show you the end result. As you can see, we had them cut off, or we did have them cut off earlier, and we went ahead. We're still running off that little charger that you see over there in the corner, but we're going to this big charger here in about 3 days as soon as it charges up. We've got the three strands of hot wire run completely around. It's good enough for these bigger pigs. Over in the lowing shed, or not lowing shed, the farrowing area, probably going to run it a little lower because the piglets are a lot lower. So anyway, yeah, this is you can see them eating. That's the trough that we made yesterday. That's Big Al, or excuse me, Archie. There's little Al right there. He's in the middle. We had a little trouble with feed. The feed we were getting, it was, manufactured, not from a mill. It was a little moldy and it just wasn't getting any better. So I talked to the guy at the feed mill and he told me he could make me pig feed. So he did, and it's pretty straightforward. It's just cracked corn and soy meal, and it's cheaper, and for these yahoos it's perfect. So there you have it. I'll walk you over and show you the little ones too. They're more fun. But so what we'll do is probably right over there is where we're going to cut the gate, and if you look over there in the distance, it might be hard to see, but down there is the overflow pond. So we're going to run that 3-strand all the way around that pond once these guys are a little more adjusted to it. This guy here is fixing to get popped. And yeah, then once we have that up, they should be good to go out on the pasture, if you will. Pretty much just trees and stuff, but quality of life's going to go up pretty good for them. You got a messy face there, Al. Or, excuse me, Archie. Archie! You don't want to look. I mean, just for size comparison, that's probably a 200-pound hog right there. And look at him compared to Archie. Archie's just so big. But we're going to fix that here pretty soon. And that's our next stud right there, Albert Swinestein. Actually, him and Archie are good buddies. Archie will let him get away with stuff that he won't let the other two pigs get away with. All right, so I'll walk you over here, show you what we got out there. Mojo. Mojo is a good guard dog, isn't he? He's a good guard dog. Yeah. Okay, there, off in the distance, is the mamas and the babies. You can see when it's mama's time to eat, it's baby's time to eat, and mama's time to fight. So the little one there on the right, that is going to be our new sow. She's about the same size as Albert. Albert's a little smaller than her, but they'll grow at about the same rate, so eventually they'll be simpatico. So we still got to do this pen here. We're probably going to do it next weekend. and get these little youngins trained. As a matter of fact, they were out of this pen while we were putting the strands in the other one. So this isn't coming too soon, but this is going to be a nice little farrowing hut. They've got water, they've got food, they've got a hut, keeps them out of the rain. They got a little mud bog over here. So yeah, they're going to be in good shape. So sorry I haven't had a video out in a while, but well, you know, life gets in the way. Work and just stuff around here. It's been finally cooling down, so things are getting good. You'll probably get to see more of the pigs next week. If the carrots are up, they're just not really much to show right now, and the beets are doing pretty good if I can keep the creatures out of them. And anyway, yeah, that's where we're at. So nothing to it. Anybody in North Alabama looking for some Goss hogs, I know a guy. Okay, well, it's the day after putting the hot wire in the pigs, so I figured I'd get out this morning and take a look and see how they're doing. The chickens are doing good. They've slowed down a little bit on their laying lately. I think it's because it's been warm, but they're still giving us a few eggs. I think there are 15 hens, and we probably get 6 a day, 7 a day maybe. The background, you can hear the Muscovies. I'm hearing down in Florida that these are being considered an invasive species because they're so territorial. I don't know. None of that. I mean, we let them do what they want. And they don't tear nothing up. They're not hassling the other animals. I don't know what that's all about. They just be ducks. Don't ya? You just be ducks. So, we get a look in the pig pen. This is the mamas and the babies. There's the babies. Got an adventurous one here. Oh, and he's a talkative one. And there's the other ones. Apparently our fence over there is working. Look at this one scraping himself. Our lower fence over there is working because none of the little ones are over in the boys' pen, which is good. This fella here, he's taking care of business early in the morning. Okay, let's see how the boys are doing. Old Big Al decided to get up, or Big Al. Archie decided to wake up. Here's the other boys. And they're all in the fence, you can see. When we're gonna, like I said earlier, we're gonna cut the fence right over there. We're gonna open up that whole lower pond to them. Here in probably a couple of weeks, we'll give them a couple of weeks to train to it. And they'll see the same wires out around there with the little pink ribbons on them. Hopefully, they'll know it's a bad idea to go get involved with those wires. We do have a field fence around that pasture, so even if they do break through the electric, we'll at least have the field fence in there and can at least get them back into the pen if we have to. But so far so good. None of them are testing the fence this morning, which is good, and all of them seem to be kind of looking at it. So these are the troughs that I built a couple days ago. Pretty easy. Used a 2x12 on the bottom and then cut 2x6s at 45s. Mounted them to the 2x12. then use the remaining 2x12 for the ends, and a couple of 2x4s just to kind of hold it in place so they don't flip it over, but they will. They'll flip it over. How's it going, Archie? So yeah, all the stories I can tell you about these guys. They're breaking out, letting you love on them. They like being scratched, especially Archie. He's a big boy, but he's a gentle giant. Edith, first time she farrowed, I sat in the lowing shed in the farrowing hut with her while she had her babies. That was quite the experience. It was very hot. It was very dark. She started farrowing at about, 8 o'clock at night and finally finished up around 1 in the morning. That time she had 8 babies. And she is such a very good mama. I hope she passes that trait. This is her right here. Mama. Mama. And these are her grandchildren. 3 of the 4. The other one's down here. But yeah, I've had to chase them in and out of the fence, up and down the yard. They've rooted up pasture. They've rooted up my yard. But I don't think I'd have it any other way. I think I'll always have pigs out here. So I guess that's it for that. I'll walk you over to the garden real quick and show you what's going on there, but it's kind of calm. There's not a lot going on. Like I said, yes, the beets are coming up, but the carrots they've sprouted. Some of them. So we'll see what's happening here. The rest of the garden's kind of kaputski, so I'm going to need to take it down. Okra's still growing. Cucumbers are still growing. Peppers are still growing. These beans, not so much growing. See, this is the carrots. And you can see there's some that came up, but boy, I planted 1,000,000 of them. They're hard to germinate. These were ones that were encapsulated. I used this here piece of tarp. I would water it and then lay it down on there. Lay it over the top and try to give them a dark place to germinate. And it just didn't work out so well, I don't think. Maybe more will come up, we'll see. These are the beets that I planted. They came up pretty good. The potatoes that I planted in the far one, they did not come up at all, at least not yet. I really don't think they're going to. I think they were just a bad batch that I got off the internet. You see, the beets are doing pretty good. Let me try to get some of these yucky weeds out. So it's just getting to be fall. And not a lot happening in the garden. So I think with that, I'll close it out. I'm gonna see if I can't get this video out today. Maybe 2 videos, maybe 1 on how we worked with the pigs yesterday. And pond's looking good. So peaceful down there. And the sheep, they're always whining. So with that, I'll probably sign off. If anything fun happens this week, I'll be sure and record it, get it sent out to you guys. I appreciate the views and the subscriptions. And Remember, just anybody can do this stuff if you have a little land. You don't even need a whole lot. So I encourage all of you out there to give it a go. And we'll be talking with you later.